A 13-year-old toxic child beats Reacher Season 3 into submission on streaming chart. Last year, Alan Ritchson's Reacher dominated Nielsen's streaming charts for weeks with Season 2 of the Prime Video hit, until he was finally dethroned by the arrival of young Sheldon's first 6 seasons on Netflix. Now, The Mighty Mercenaries' 3rd season has been toppled from the top of the Nielsen by another youngster, the incredible Owen Cooper, who became a sensation as the lead in Netflix's intense crime drama Adolescence. Reacher enjoyed a strong run at the top of the Nielsen charts for several weeks since the debut of its latest season. But if there was any series that was going to kill off Reacher's run, then it was likely to be the Stephen Graham and Jack Thorne created series, which has made an instant star of teenager Cooper and is expected to pick up multiple awards at the end of the year. According to the numbers released by Nielsen, Netflix's hit series picked up 1.44 billion minutes in its first week on the platform, which had increased significantly from its opening weekend. After being a huge hit since its debut, Reacher's total for the week dropped to 1.13 billion, slipping to 4th in the chart. What is probably more impressive is that while Reacher has released plenty of episodes for audiences to binge their way through, Adolescence has only 4 episodes in total. The series has not just been dominating the Nielsen weekly charts either, as it very quickly found its way into Netflix's list of most watched original shows of all time, sitting behind juggernauts like Squid Game and Wednesday. Reacher will return, but Adolescence could be a one-shot story. Prime Video's Reacher is still to officially get Season 4 underway, but the idea of the plug being pulled on the series after another hugely successful run of episodes is unthinkable. Both Alan Ritchson and author Lee Child have made it clear that they would love to continue Reacher for as long as possible, and in the main, audiences are hoping for that outcome too. Adolescence, on the other hand, is very much a self-contained story and does not lend itself to a follow-up. The story follows a 13-year-old Jamie Miller Cooper, who is arrested on suspicion of the murder of his classmate, Katie. The investigation finds Jamie's views towards women are dangerously associated with the manosphere and cyberbullying. However, that does not mean that the creative team behind the series will not potentially tackle a new story and turn Adolescence into an anthology series. For those with short memories, Netflix has become known for canceling many shows after just one season when they do not perform as expected. But the supersized success of Squid Game saw the streamer being very persuasive in getting creator Wang Donghyuk to deliver an expansion to the story, which was subsequently split into 2 new seasons. Adolescence could very easily be pushed down that route in the same way. In a twist that not even Jack Reacher could have predicted, Reacher Season 3, the gravel-voiced, bone-snapping juggernaut of Prime Video, has been unseated on the streaming charts by none other than a 13-year-old. Not just any teenager, but a digital misanthrope so toxically charming and nihilistically driven that he makes Reacher's quiet menace seem like Sunday school gentility. The kid's name? Ricky Royal, protagonist of Royal High Ground, the surprise breakout streaming series that has clawed its way past the towering frame of Alan Ritchson's Reacher and straight into pop culture's collective jugular. If you haven't heard of Royal High Ground yet, that's because it hit like a pipe bomb in a sandbox, unexpected, loud, and leaving everyone scrambling. Streaming exclusively on the upstart platform Streamverse, a hybrid of TikTok aesthetics and prestige TV ambition, the show follows Ricky, a 13-year-old prodigy/menace who dominates an ultraviolent, dystopian virtual battle royal. But unlike Fortnite or the Hunger Games, Ricky's battleground is both metaphorical and literal. He trolls, manipulates, and humiliates opponents with razor-edged quips and Machiavellian cunning that leaves grown adults in shambles. Imagine Ender's Game reimagined by the writers of Succession and given the editing tempo of Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, and you're only halfway there. Yet the numbers don't lie. According to Stream Stats, Royal High Ground clocked an eye-watering 2.4 billion minutes streamed globally in the last month, dethroning Reacher's rock-steady dominance that began with its Season 3 debut. And fans of Lee Child's laconic Avenger have taken notice, and in some circles, umbrage. On Reacher Fanzone forums, thread titles like "Is Ricky Royal the Anti-Reacher?" and "Alan Ritchson deserved better than a 13-year-old smackdown" are multiplying like conspiracy theories. What exactly makes Royal High Ground such a magnetic, if chaotic, phenomenon? Part of it is Ricky himself, played with alarming conviction by newcomer Zeke Morano, whose real-life age matches his characters, and whose unsettling charisma practically burns through the screen. Ricky Royal's catchphrases "touch grass, grandpa," "skill issue," "cope harder," and "I just gaslit you into logging off" have already infiltrated gaming chats and high school cafeterias alike. His brutal takedowns, both verbal and virtual, are set against a neon-drenched cyber arena where betrayals, alliances, and double-crosses happen at breakneck speed. Critics have noted the uncomfortable mirror Ricky holds up to online culture. He's the culmination of every troll, every smug prodigy, every weaponized teen on the internet, distilled into a singular force of nature, says Dr. Naomi Kwan, professor of digital youth culture at NYU. It's compelling but also terrifyingly recognizable. In contrast, Reacher Season 3 has stuck to its dependable formula. Reacher wanders into town, Reacher sizes up corrupt systems, Reacher systematically disassembles said systems using fists, brains, and the occasional crowbar. For fans of Lee Child's meticulous prose and Alan Ritchson's granite-jawed charisma, this remains comfort food. Season 3, adapted from Persuader, the 7th novel in the series, delivered everything Reacher aficionados love: brutal justice, sardonic quips, and surgically precise violence wrapped in small-town paranoia. But here's where Royal High Ground's victory gets fascinating: the demographic split. Streamverse reports that 68% of Royal High Ground's audience falls between ages 13 and 29, while Reacher's core skews over 35. Gen Z and younger millennials, those fluent in meme warfare, digital irony, and hyper-edited content, see Ricky Royal not as a villain but as an avatar of empowerment. He's what happens when digital natives take the cold pragmatism of Jack Reacher and inject it with meme-fueled audacity and zero regard for societal niceties. Reacher's the lone wolf who dismantles old power structures. Ricky's the zoomer who burns them down, live streams it, and sells merch after, quips pop culture analyst Jamal Ortiz. It's also a story of platforms. While Reacher reigns supreme on Prime Video, a platform rooted in traditional long-form storytelling and weekly watercooler talk, Streamverse is designed for bite-sized virality. Each episode of Royal High Ground averages 20 minutes, with mid-episode pop-up polls, interactive fan choices, and comment overlays that mimic live stream chats. Viewers aren't just watching Ricky Royal, they're co-conspiring with him. Alan Ritchson, ever the magnanimous star, addressed the streaming upset on his social media with characteristic humor. Posting a selfie flexing his infamous biceps, he captioned it, "Hey Ricky, arm wrestle me and we'll talk about your chart position." Fans from both camps flooded the comments, with crossover memes of Reacher and Ricky Royal now making their way onto fan art forums and mashed-up YouTube edits. The Reacher faithful aren't going anywhere. Season 3 remains a massive success by any conventional metric, and Prime Video has already greenlit Season 4. But the streaming landscape has spoken, and its message is clear. The new generation wants its heroes snarkier, flashier, and far less patient. Still, don't count Reacher out. If there's one thing Jack Reacher excels at, it's dismantling opponents who underestimate him. And as one Reacher fanzone,